When we think of US presidents, we imagine power, politics, and history-making decisions. But behind the scenes, there are secrets, some bizarre, some funny, and some downright shocking. In this video, we're diving into 10 mind-blowing facts about former US presidents that you probably never learned in school. Buckle up, because you're about to see the human side of the most powerful office in the world. Everyone learns that George Washington had wooden teeth. False. His dentures were actually made from a mix of bone, ivory, lead, and even human teeth, sometimes from slaves or poor patients. Washington began losing his teeth in his 20s, and by the time he became president, he wore full dentures that caused constant discomfort. That's why in portraits his face looks stiff and tight-lipped. Thomas Jefferson wasn't just the author of the Declaration of Independence. He was also America's original ice cream enthusiast. While in France, he fell in love with it and brought back one of the first handwritten ice cream recipes. He even served it at state dinners, turning it into a fashionable dessert in early American society. Before becoming the 16th president, Lincoln was known for his towering height and raw strength. He competed in over 300 wrestling matches and only lost once. He was so respected in the sport that he was posthumously inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. Honest Abe could throw a punch, and he wasn't afraid of a little dirt. To the public, JFK was youthful and charismatic. In private, he battled Addison's disease, chronic back pain, and took powerful medications just to function. He wore a back brace under his clothes and often received secret steroid injections. Despite it all, he remained a symbol of hope until his tragic assassination in Dallas. During his 1912 presidential campaign, Theodore Roosevelt was shot in the chest by a would-be assassin. A folded speech and glasses case slowed the bullet, sparing his life. Roosevelt refused medical attention and went on to deliver a full 90-minute speech with blood soaking through his shirt. He opened with Theodore Roosevelt, VO. It takes more than that to kill a bull moose. FDR, the only US president elected 4 times, was paralyzed from the waist down due to polio at age 39. Yet most Americans never saw him in a wheelchair. He carefully controlled his image, using braces, canes, and support from aides to appear standing. Only a handful of photos show him seated, a masterclass in public image management. Yes, really. Lyndon B. Johnson, who became president after JFK's assassination, was known for his eccentric behavior. He would summon aides and conduct political discussions while using the toilet, door wide open. He believed time was too precious to waste, even for privacy. As the Watergate scandal spiraled, Richard Nixon was under immense psychological stress. He began talking to the portraits of past presidents, especially Lincoln and Washington, for moral guidance. Aides later said they would hear him muttering in the Oval Office, deep in imagined conversations with the dead. Before becoming the first black president of the United States, Barack Obama was just a nerdy kid who loved superheroes. He collected Spider-Man and Superman comics and often spoke about how those characters shaped his sense of justice and responsibility. In fact, Marvel even created a special Spider-Man issue featuring Obama on the cover. Almost every US president has had a pet, dogs, cats, even parrots. But Donald Trump was the first in over 100 years to not have a single pet in the White House. He once said, "Donald Trump, VO, I just don't have time for a dog." This broke a long-standing tradition and raised eyebrows among animal-loving Americans. Behind the power, policies, and podiums, US presidents are still human, flawed, quirky, and sometimes downright strange. These 10 facts peel back the curtain and show a more personal side of the people who've led the free world. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which fact surprised you the most.